and good evening. My name is DeCarlo Sweeting, and my co-host for today is
George Smissick.
Mr. Mythic. How are you?
Other than hot, I'm great, man. I'm great.
Boy,
Living the
that's
dream.
that's everybody's problem right now. This heat. This heat ain't no joke, son.
Boy, hey, anyone end up in hell, can't complain. We had the warning. You had the warning.
Yeah, this this a lot. This a lot.
Hmm.
I know how the people getting. I see why the power companies do you how they do you, son. Because ain't nothing more you could do but this. You gotta pay them. I gotta have on my air condition. Too bad. I can deal with them later. But right now, I need this cool down because it ain't gonna wait. This ain't gonna wait.
Might be because election coming. I don't know. Might be trying to tell you something.
Election. What election got to do with anything?
Hot. Boy.
Anyway, let's find out what's going on in the news, man. Let's see what's going on. Finally, George, and I like to start the show off with good news. So finally,
Uh-huh.
the Holmes Rock, what is it, Junior High, finally open. For God's sake, finally open after 10 years, George. George, I know what take this long to
Hmm.
build, not 10 years to build one building. Come on, man. What's going on, man? And I can't throw no stone. I have to throw stone at everybody. I got to grab one big bag of rocks and throw at everybody because everybody had something to do with this. All the government parties, them, had something to do with this. This is
Hmm.
ridiculous, man. Why does it take 10 years to build a school? I know it for bad, but all of this. I hear they ain't fully ready. I hear they ain't got all the stuff in the school. The children there. You remember when we gone to Walter Parker? I know you can remember that far back. When Walter Parker first opened, no furniture. We had to sit on the floor. We had to wait for these things. I ain't teaching had no chalk. All these things we had to sit back and had to wait on. And we were so excited because, for one, we moving from out of Hawksbill, going into
Yeah.
Freeport. So you ain't got to do that long walk no more, that long drive or nothing no more. Then you got school with upstairs. We ain't had much thing with
Yeah,
upstairs.
yeah, yeah.
Upstairs was state of the art. So I know they're saying back then there's a state of the art school, and it only had light and water. That's all it had. He ain't nothing really state of the art was going on with that. But anyway, straight. Why does it take 10 years for us to build and complete a school for the children to use? What say you, George?
That's a good question. You need to ask your politicians. Someone should have the answer for it, and I'm sure it's gonna be a long, incoherent, probably non-intelligible answer. But I'm sure there's an answer for it. And but like you said, it's that probably span across two or three administrations. So I like to say we need to hold people very accountable. We don't. It's so long, like you said, when you mention it. Who even remember when it started? Like
Thank you.
we forget things so quickly. I don't think we have enough watchdog groups and stuff that grab onto one topic, one story, and see it through. By the time the second story come or something salacious or something big happen, a Joe and party or Chris, we know baby memories have died. The parents weren't complaining enough, obviously. Like, it's supposed to be, like you say, 10 years. If it was promised it started, you would expect at least every summer, every time around this year, you would hear, hey, what happened to the school? Someone kicking up, people protesting, I can't take this no more. And I really think, moving forward, like you say, things like this. As a matter from now, you need to look at how much things been. Look at that 10-year list. Look at what else still in that pipeline, right? Take a decision. Either there's an announcement that it's not going to happen anymore, we scrap that, or if it is still on the books and it's someone's job to get it done, we need to find out who job it is, fire them, make an example of them right away, and put someone else on the job. Because if you're not doing anything, you're not reporting to the people. Lord, look, um, let's make noise, man. Someone's supposed to be back in the house. Listen, we still need the money, knocking on doors, right? Like, people, we don't hold these elected officials and parliamentarians accountable enough. We don't put enough stress and pressure on them. We let them go to funerals, weddings, feel good, blah blah blah. But nobody like to look at people's record and say, listen, this is unacceptable. This your job. You incompetent if you haven't done it. We haven't heard anything from you on it. And I think until we start to do that, all these things will continue to slip through the cracks. Someone getting a free ride off the people's money. No one's paying attention to it. We need to do better. The MPs, the government need to be do better, but I think the starting point is the people. The people need to be more vigilant and demand more.
You like to say, but this watchdog and this people gotta be more vigilant. It's very difficult in this day and time, especially because of our culture. And I say that because
Hmm.
our culture is, if ISPLP, then I mean use FNM. So now we got two
Right.
players right here now. I can talk with what you do bad, you can talk with what I do bad. But when
Yep.
my party in power, I ain't got nothing to say because ain't nothing bad. Ain't nothing wrong they ever do. Don't say nothing
Right.
talking, but they do things wrong because I can deflect. And when I start deflecting, oh, remember when y'all's in power? Because with this situation, I think the PLB started, the F&M come in, the PLB had to come back again to go finish it. And you ain't want to know, and I would love, see, my to do is I would love to know how much this school cost us to build over the 10 years. That's what I want to know.
Hmm.
Because I don't know it ain't what it projected, the start, what it started off, the start off projection for this. I know
Right.
that ain't what it is, what it end up to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, the construction companies probably changed.
Oh yeah.
Any construction, the staff, there's all the weather. We had some hurricanes, and
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things. But again, where's the report? Show we need a freedom of information. We need to get this information before, and there has to be consequences. If we have no consequences for bad behavior or lack of production, productivity, etc., um, then I mean, what's the incentive to do anything? you don't. You do good, you do bad. You go come back to the people. Hey, elect me. Give me 5 more years. Or the ones who get fired, they take 5 years off and come back. Hey, as if they someone new again. Give me 5 years. We're gonna change the Baham. We're gonna. Yeah, but that ain't what your track record say. You're supposed to be able to pull receipts. Like, no, this was your job. We ain't putting you back in here. We need to call people out, embarrass them. Go sit down, take a seat. Let's find someone, anyone else who the next person is. Because, like,
But
like I
George,
said, I hate these.
I have to have my yellow and red. If I don't have my yellow and red, it
You
ain't gonna work.
You could have your yellow and red, but you can't have John Doe, who was completely lousy, a complete failure. We need scorecards, particularly from anybody who already been in government. You have a record now. You have like a police record. What are your accomplishments? And don't come tell me, but oh, we had Independence Day celebration, some foolish, right? I I want to hear some serious, particularly if you had a ministerial portfolio. What did you do? If you were in a constituency, what did you do in that for and to make that constituency better? If you can't check those off, like I said, let me see the next fella, and I need to at least hear what he intends to do. Because I'm not gonna just give him the job either. You need to come with your plans and tell me some concrete ideas. How are we gonna get from here to there? But this just picking anybody so and so child reached age, now they back with a law degree or whatever from school. Oh, boom, this is our candidate. You dress them up, they talk loud, read up some, and we put them in. And no, those days need to be finished, man. We need we the Bahamas has so much talent, has so much educated, capable people. We need to start ensuring that we get more of them into frontline politics, into government, because the thing with people who do, they do, right? Achievers and people, they have their reputation, they have pride, they have integrity, and they tend to get things done. And then there's a group of people who just there for pomp and pageantry, and they have a record of doing nothing. If you have a record of doing nothing, I can't assume or expect you for you to go in and miraculously now you're going to become someone who getting things done. It doesn't work like that. It never has, and we need to do a better job of screening these people, not because of popularity or whatever, letting them get through the cracks and something sitting on a desk for the next 5 years.
Boy, that sound good, son. That's a good speech, boy. I like that speech, son. You sound good. You sound like a man who ready to fight for the cause. But George, I know what you're running on with. Our people know red and they know yellow. They don't care who you bring there, who you bring back. And we can talk about that right after this break, because anyway, we can come back after the break, and this can prove to you how much we ain't changing or doing nothing, and we love the way things is, and that's the end of that. Let's take a commercial break, and we can be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk,
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
And we're back with what's going on. Now, talking about these people coming back, the same old people, the F&M has released their new 7 candidates. They have ratified 7 more people. So total altogether, they got 24 ready to go. Right now, the PLP ain't got none. They ain't ratifying nobody to say who coming back, who ain't coming back. But I really think that matter that much. But anyway, the 7 who they do is, tell me if you know any of these. Heather McDonald, Lincoln Deal, Serpent Roll, Denali Penn Maki, Trevania Clarice Hall, Travis Robinson, and that's it. That's the 7 there. Now, out of that 7, you know Travis. I know
You
what he
you
do, but
you
Travis,
you, you mentioned Barnett.
yeah, Michaela, yeah, I don't know, Michaela Barnett Ellis.
She's
Now,
a seven. Yeah.
that's the 7 there. So Travis Bach, what the boy name, the old police, what's your boy name, man? I think I'm a security for F&M, for national security. Well, I can't remember his name.
Oh, James.
Marvin Dames, he
Marvin
back.
James.
Yeah, he back. But you keep asking, but these fellas having why they coming back? They ain't do nothing when they was there. Absolutely nothing. But they still feel and still can show their face, and people still jumping and screaming for them. So you still jumping and screaming for me, I coming back too, because boy, hey, they love me. They love this. This bad treatment is good, man. So I
Well,
don't know what they think going on with this list, what they got. Travis Robinson even ain't going back to where he from. He going to Fort Charlotte, because he ain't gonna mess with them people down in the ghetto. He didn't get rich and switch. He don't mess with broke people no more. So
was in Baytown.
yeah, he was in being down. He ain't going back there. That was his stomping ground. There's the people who make him famous. How you gonna forsake your people, Judge?
Yeah, he probably get him where he fit in, where they sent him.
Also, he got a new because of his income now, he ain't poor no more. He then move on up. He move up like George and Weezy. So now he gotta find a good. Finally got his piece of the pie. He ain't going back to them old poor people.
Some people can't go back. You know, when they total disgrace and the failure in the constituency, they move them someplace else, right? Sometimes change the whole island on you.
Well, that happened with Chicago. Chicago Lang, he was in Marco City, born and raised here, gone Hawksbill. When I lucky he was in Fort Charlotte too. I know what he's doing
Yeah.
there, but that's where he was. I don't understand this, and that's why I'm going to tell you. You trying to tell me we got to get rid of these people, but all these people is just change where they live, and all of a sudden now there's a new person. I've been saved. I ain't like that no more. I ain't this, I ain't that no more. How we keep falling for the same thing over and over and over again when they don't know the people where they just come from ain't want them. Why you can come to me? If they ain't want you, what I can do with you? Huh? But y'all keeping them.
See, they apart from what they didn't do when they was there, I also look at what the hell they been doing when they wasn't there. Because some of these people, you haven't heard anything from a lot of them between then and now. Not even an article in the paper criticizing the former government, nothing, right? To get a job, can they survive out back out on the streets? You don't hear from them. But then, like you say, 5 years they come like they're hungry. Like a new job opening up, right? Like celebration. Give me
And
my job back because I won before. Forgot that you lost like hell the last time, right? Um, uh, some of them I think supposed to be literally one and done. And again, like I said, the ones who ran already, we have the Carfax on them, right?
yep.
Travis wasn't a superstar, right? He made a lot of noise. He went in there as a superstar because he spoke good at those rallies, stir up the
Oh
people,
yeah.
sound like Dr. King, right? But when the rubber hit the road and you put him in there, like I Travis Shrink. I didn't know. You can't tell me anything that Travis Robinson really did. Same with Marvin Dames. We said, boy, Marvin Dames coming, former deputy commissioner of police or whatever. Marvin Dames. You remember Omar? Omar said, oh, Marvin Dames clean up the streets, lock up his mom. This man
Uh,
years come there, and I mean, I just wasn't impressed by a lot of these dudes. Like they were more in controversy and yes. So again, you fooled me once, shame on me. Shame on you. You fooled me twice, shame on me. Right? So, how a lot of these guys who they bringing back, their resume, I haven't seen enough to convince me that they deserve a second. We gave them a chance first. We didn't know them. They came highly recommended, and a lot of them were disappointments and letdown. That's why they got fired. So they should have been disqualified. You're supposed to be saying who next in line, and and the hypocrisy of it is when the leader party, F&M, for instance, says Minutes can't run. They don't want him running. Well, I mean, he still was he still was one of the more competent ones. Like now, if we're gonna start running any, at least pick out the best ones. Like, give me your best three. Three will get
but
a five, right?
I was just sitting down looking at this list, and the Michaela Barnett Ellis, she working in Kalani. So I trying to figure
Yeah,
out
yeah,
now what your boy can do. What you think Menace plan is? Because Menace say he still running. Menace say
yeah.
he running in Kalani. He ain't whoever this Michaela Barnett Ellis girl is. She ain't on their run because I run it. Now, how this can turn out now? Because this, I think this can be good for the F&M.
I like Michael Barnett Ellis. I mean, she's a lawyer. Don't hold that. But
Oh,
Michael Barnett. No, no, she come. She come. I know her. As a colleague,
yeah, yeah. All of y'all
she's a
know
very
one another.
No, no, I don't know everyone. She's in the Senate. She's apparently done a really nice job. She's eloquent. She's educated. She's trained. She comes from her father was a former chief justice, had a granddaughter, right? So she comes from a good stock and trade, and from all intents and purpose, she seems to be a decent person. We know she's qualified. She knows she's experienced. So I think she will bring value to as a candidate. She's checks off some boxes as a good candidate for the F&M. I don't
More
think they should
value
have
than
put her in.
minutes?
Huh?
More value than minutes?
No, 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 no. This the problem I have here now is why Kalani, why you throw her in there, this controversy. You throw someone with that good reputation and that good caliber of candidate, right? Travis them go deal with that menace mess. Throw her, put her someplace else where you don't have that type of because again she's someone who you want to get in, but now you're putting in a seat that she's unlikely to get in because again if Menace splits the F&M vote. Apparently, Menace is very well loved. This thing is turning the party upside down. So I think it's going to be hard as hell for her to win in that seat. Then you have the COI, you have the PLP. PLP don't vote nothing other than PLP usually,
All the way.
right? So if you and most of these seats are closed, so you take a good frac chunk off of that for Menace, because Menace is going to get a lot of votes because he's you're right. I think they're going to cancel out each other, and that's going to be the PLP will win that seat, um, and that's going to be unfortunate. Um, I we've discussed the leadership issues, and they should have never let it come to this. Maybe it's still time to get. I don't know what they're gonna do with Menace, but Menace seems adamant. Kalani is mine. I want to run Kalani. If y'all don't run me, I run it anyway. Right? Like you ain't none of us going it. And I think that's unfortunate. You think cooler heads would prevail if they can't talk him down over that. I think you need to let him run, and that should have it should have never come to this where you still have this situation where you went and confirm Michaela Barnett Ellis in that seat and still have this sore point with the F&Ms and that thing of now with minute because you're putting her in a very difficult situation to win that seat.
George,
Uh,
you trying to make room for your girl, because that's your girl now. You trying to sit up and say, oh, I ain't like how they do this. Oh, I ain't like. No, 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 no. This ain't got nothing to do with your girl. This has to do with the whole point is the FM got an incumbent there.
uh-huh.
Well loved, well liked, 2-1 can win the seat. If nobody else, if only the PLP and COI are there, 2-1 he can win the seat. But he in the party causing problems. Now, you know if you was leader and you got somebody trying to yuck up your vex station every day, we done gone
Yep.
to take out convention and the people done speak and you still here slapping up, but you won't be leader, you won't be leader, you doing this, you doing that. You
Yep.
know, tell me what you was going to do. And you was going to get somebody and say, hey, I need you to go run in Kalani because this person here just being a thorn in my side.
Yeah, if the person was wasn't well liked, like you say, if you could easily discard and throw them under the bus. But you have a problem with Menace. Menace was a former leader. He has a lot of support. He's a Jankanuma. He's a people's person, right? So you don't want that smoke because you become government by a sum of seats. You have to win more seats than so every seat counts, right? And if that was a sure seat for you with Menace, like you said, they won that when everyone else got slaughtered, they still won, right? If that's a sure seat for Menace, you want to leave those sure seats alone, right? Like you want to keep that there. If this man tell you I'm going to run and I'm going to disrupt, we've seen this play out before, right? And again, how the numbers work, you're going to split your votes,
Uh-huh.
and the PLP is going to tell all the PLPs come out and vote straight down the PLP line, let them kill each other, and right, and so both of them, you basically sacrificing a seat over pride or whatever, over a party or leaders who cannot compromise. Someone can't swallow this. There's too much ego, I think, basically on both sides because we're not experts at this, but I think all the experts would say there's a disaster for them, not just for that seat. not seat in particular, but for the party as well. Like you have plenty of people come on TV saying, "Hey, boy, if minutes they do minutes like this, boy, I ain't voting for this party." Yeah, that's the last thing you want. You're in opposition trying to be, and you're not hearing that from the PLP. One thing we always talk about the PLP, they deal with a lot of their problems, right? They deal. The leaders' word is final, and once they do that, everyone support that, galvanize, and that's what the party's supposed to do. But I think as a former leader, this man actually led you to victory. He led you to a big defeat as well. But as a result of that, and him having won that seat several times over, and is the incumbent in that seat, that choice of whether he stays or leaves should be his. Now, there's a difference if he had lost the seat as well and was like Marvin Names and them coming saying, "Hey, that's my seat, my old seat, I want." Then you can say, "No, no, no, we ain't running you. You blow that last time." But it just seems like punishment, penal. If you want to punish as the leader, if he wins the seat and you win the government, then you don't make him a minister, or you put him the minister a grass or something, right? You put him somewhere far out from you that, that he get. But you need him. You need the numbers to win the government, and they've been doing a sloppy handling of this. And I think the public has a chance to judge Pinta's leadership and a lot of things. Um, Unfortunately, that's not to his benefit. People are judging this and saying, "Boy, I don't like how this playing," or it's showing a little bit of pettiness, a little like you can't only petty the bell right now.
So
Like,
why is it that only Pentad can be considered the petty one here? Because let's let's be honest now. I don't think
uh-huh,
Menace is making it easy when it comes to those meetings and things like that. Because they didn't say he ain't never been to none of the meeting of mine and hold. He's showing
yeah,
disrespect all around. As a man, you tell me how much of that you can take when you know I's the boss and you trying to talk to me and trying to show up me every opportunity you get. How much of that I supposed to take? And you know
well,
I gotta ratify you. Why you
but
walking the
you
foot?
but you want to be prime minister or not? Like you said, there's some people who can't help you, but they can sure as hell hurt you. Now, Menace is in that unique position that I got enough to hurt you. Like, you need to weigh up your options. Like, he was right. He's right. If Menace was lousy and ain't nobody, everybody was saying, "Yeah, we want Menace gone." But that ain't what the streets saying. You have to listen to, as a leader. You need to listen to what people saying in the streets. That's been a mess for a lot. We've been talking about this for months and
Yeah.
coming now, finally to this stage, and you still haven't resolved this problem. You know this was coming to head. Something had to give.
Well, the problem
People realize.
resolved now.
Man, that problem ain't no resolved. That problem just magnified now because it's crystallized. They were talking about it. Now is minutes, boy. Unless they could give, I don't know. They gotta offer minutes something sweet. You have
Well,
to offer them.
the man offered him a counselor, a mentorship thing inside the party that he could mentor the new up and coming candidates. He could show them
What
the
I
way.
mean?
They done try work with
What
and
I,
try give him little something. He was going to get
what I mean?
ambassador Ecuador, and he was going to get all kind of other little things going on.
They ain't gonna give him that either because they don't say the former prime minister is embarrassed. Just give them ambassador to any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Sorry to say, like I need no flex. For the former police officers and different, they didn't get out to anybody. Them as ambassadors and stuff. Stop. So, so you need to create something better than that for minutes. I don't know what it is, but you got to put him on the World Economic Forum or something to bomb. Like,
I ain't got nothing else for you, George. That's it. That's all I got for you. That's all I can give
well,
you. You got the
it,
I got ambassadorship to Ecuador, Iraq, or Korea. Which one you want? The one where Ung Jong
boy,
Chung is.
our house divided amongst itself can't stand. You see, and I think they've divided. But I mean, we had this before with the F&M. Really messy with Loretta them and all of that stuff back then too. When minutes Seems like wherever minutes go chaos for. But it's a point that way.
I glad
I
you
think,
recognize that.
but I think minutes, but minutes doing sort of like what Ingram did, right? Ingram minutes has made himself likable. Minutes gone on their face. I see minutes showing up on my TikTok, exercising, eating
Yes,
skunks,
he
cracking jokes.
finally made the right thing. If he'd have had these PR people when he was in power, then he would have
Yeah,
been all right. But he
yeah,
decided
he's relatable.
he decided to show his behind off. A is A, B is B, what you don't understand. And now you realize that type of attitude don't come across good for the with the Bahamian people. So now he won't come like he likable, like he's this and like
Yeah,
he's that. But I'm sorry, you are who you are. You done show me who you are in them 4 years. I can't put you back. Now, as you say, if it was me, I'd have run him, right? But like you say,
yeah.
I wasn't getting him that. He'd have been right back there.
No,
He would have been a backbencher after that.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. You
I
can do
only
it.
want you for
You can
you.
do what you want once you get in. Right? That happened in election here in Turks and Caicos ago. Is um and I don't want to call no names, but it's the prime the PM or premier fired this minister like shortly after they got in. They asked, "So, well, why you running?" He said, "Man, I had an election to win."
Well,
Fired- he fired like the next day. Like the other person ended up going over to the other party, right?
yeah, but that's another
Because
thing, George. What's stopping after I give you ambassadorship of Iraq? What's stopping you from saying, guess what? I carry my ball with me and I can cross to the PLP, or even worse, I can do an IROM and go COI.
well, ain't nothing stopping you, but hey, at least by then, hopefully, you still, unless the seats, the election that close, and that's when if you still the government, trust me, at the end of the day, you want your resume and that certificate, your obituary to say former Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Commonwealth of the Bahamas, right? That's what he's shooting for right now.
George,
That's what's
George,
on the table right now.
George. We had
Mm,
5 prime ministers. 5, right? I just trying to make sure. What number
fine,
we
yeah.
ranking from 1 to 5? One is the best. Where you put Menace?
Right, but Menace,
Yeah.
you mean Patty?
Who tickling you, man?
Yeah,
Well, I put
we have to do that. We only can do four. Well, Braves,
Brave got 4 years
right,
in.
hasn't crystallized yet. So he tied
I
for
know.
number.
I know.
He tied for number 1-5. Menace said he brought this country through a pandemic, through one of the most serious hurricanes. Like, hey, now
One,
brought through is a
1 to 5. Pick a number.
and why you want to do that?
Maybe why you want to do that?
I think we do. I
Only me
think
and we are talking.
okay. In all fairness, I think we already said he probably to the bottom of that, right? But and all, I mean, again, the first three, no, definitely, like say, Brave look like he about to get a second term. So if Brave get a second, you definitely out of the picture, because again, now you'll be the only one term prime minister.
That's
So
right.
that will settle that debate out, right? So you need to be rooting for Pintad, right? So, but no, man, you know, and the thing is, none of us, I think, was sold on Menace even when before Menace was prime when he was running, right? The FNM just knew they didn't want the PLP in there anymore. And this is the candidate, but I don't think, and then I think Ingram picked him, basically threw him, hand picked him. So, I even became leader, and remember, there was a faction with Loretta, and like I say, so the FNMs in there didn't have complete faith in Min. So Minutes kind of luck out even to get to that, right? Because there was enough signs and what signs before he became prime minister that he may not have been a great one.
So what if the F of them to leave Loretta there? Now, before we start talking about Loretta, Loretta's my girl. Leave Loretta alone. Loretta did the most ballsy thing I could ever see. I see no man try to do in the
Yep.
House Assembly. She going there and take over as the official opposition leader. And that's plenty man. That's plenty man there. So if we to leave
That was
Loretta
after she
there,
slap on boy.
yeah, she don't play. If we to leave Loretta there, we
Mm-hmm.
might have been in a better situation right now.
Might have, might have. I mean, we're being kind of hard to top minutes. that's that's just it. But
Ah,
what minister is elected MP? I mean, prime minister job. We can't give him that. I think that moment was a little bit too big for him. He wasn't ready for that. And particularly the things that happened, they didn't handle it well. Mind you, if he had surprised you and dealt with any of those crises in a better way, I think history would have been a lot kinder to him. But because he got exposed, unfortunately, those things came and they totally bobbled. And then you can't really. That's why I say you can't even place. I almost want to negate the whole administration, right? Because you can't place all that at minutes feet because he had ministers and people, and we all said that we didn't really see any stars develop or another leader really emerge out of that to say that this person looked like you
but
know,
didn't he
and so
stifle their growth? Didn't and he called election and some of them didn't even know election was happening. He, I
that's how inconsequential some of them was. you know,
hey, we been talking about minutes a little bit too long in the F and M. Them. Let's take a break, and we can be right back.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat,
And I'm your boy Mix
and we're representing Off the Bench, the number one sportcast in the Bahamas.
in the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So
Yeah.
we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in to us every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m.
The number one talk show
in the world.
in the world.
The world, Craig.
Oh, and we back. Speaking of possible candidates, ratifying people and things like that, Mr. Clint Watson. You know, everybody got MP classes now, so the PLP got their MP classes, and if you want to be an MP, you got to go to these classes, and you got to pass them.
yeah,
Clint
yeah,
Watson going to to the classes, and I heard he's doing very well in these classes, and he wants to be the candidate for Southern Shores. And Clint look like he can get it. I ain't sure, but it's remarkable how the road to MP ship how it is go. And I was just telling Tasma this one day. If I want to run, I didn't know the
yeah,
roads, how to set myself up to go run. First,
yeah,
I start off in church. I always start off in church. Hallelujah. You start off in church, you go in every club and every group, every association, and you speak in church and you give a testimony and all of that. Now your church people like you. Then you go find a cause that can rile the people up. See, I could just point on certain things in Grand Bahama that I could just rile the people up with. And once they didn't get to know you, oh, that's a good man.
yeah,
I didn't know he mummy, boy, he's a good man and all of this. And after that, they ain't come knocking on your door, George. They ain't come knocking on your door. Oh,
mhm,
I see you look good there, man. You think you'll come along with us and join this fight? I say, okay. And that's what Clint did. Clint went
yeah,
ahead, moved from ZNS, gone to Eyewitness News, and I can't blame Clint for this. I got to blame Menace again because Menace gave him all the ammunition he needed. He got a newscast that he could talk about everybody and everything, and minutes keep giving him fuel and fuel to talk about. And Clinton was doing a good job. Clinton went ahead, and Clinton was on the road when they had lockdown, and he was with the police, and he was giving the people what they want. And this is a good
Yeah.
thing. And then PLP come around, and Brave is a genius for this. All the big boat people who was talking bad but government at the time, which was the F&M, he hired all of them. Give them ambassadorship,
Yep.
give them press secretary, give them janitor to the House of Assembly. He give everybody one job. Be quiet. So now I can't blame Clinton because it feel good to be up in this thing. This government life is a sweet life. Because he go on move from
Yep.
press secretary and say, well, Brave, I think I could do better at ZNS. So he move him over to ZNS general manager. He in charge of that. I hear he ain't doing too good over there, but that's neither here nor there. So now he see an opening. I ain't like it here, but I done travel with y'all. I done see this good life these MPs and everybody's be living when y'all doing. I will live that life. So now he going for Southern Shores.
Hmm.
George, what you think of Clinton Watson as an MP?
Um, I see him on TV now. We've had worse. I mean, I mean, the thing with the thing with Clint is, like you said, he's a recognizable personality. He's been around for a long time, so people feel they know him. We in the Bahamas, black people in general, we like public speakers. You can talk good, you can say things good, or loud enough. Hey, boy, hey, this person anointed, or this person chosen by God, right?
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
that's why we have so much. But that's a whole other show.
yeah.
So,
I'm getting that.
and his experience, he has some experience because a lot of these journalists, they be around a lot of politicians and stuff all along. So a lot of times they on the job training anyway, right? And people like to pull them in and say it's because of the popularity and they're like Facebook, TikTok, and social media, right? Who got
Hmm.
the most followers and stuff? The marketers like them. You have a lot of people you can bring on board or back you. You probably win the seat because of your popularity. But I think Glenn is a very decent, wholesome fella. So people got. I mean, there's a lot of little rumors behind, but for the most part, people see Glenn as someone who got some, I guess, some morals, some scruples, he's he seemed to have a passion for the people. He went to ZNS. I think you can see some changes with ZNS. I think they did with Eyewitness News and ZNS. He I think there's been some upgrades. So he seems like someone who could make some things happen. So I don't have a problem with him running. I think this issue that they talk about now, where he is kind of conflicted, because uh, because he's in this position with ZNS, but he still is trying to run. So that's a problem. And I think that's a real thing. You need to make a decision and pretty soon.
But why that's a problem? The man got a job. They ain't ratify him yet. Until they ratify him, then he gotta quit. Then he gotta say, okay, I release all power and I gain but my business. The man still gotta live. The man got a wife and family he gotta take care of. You can't tell the man, go take a chance. They might give you the they might ratify you, they might not ratify you. You can't what my job gotta do with it?
Well, your job is a big public government job. Plus, now you control the government, and what always comes up around election? Oh, Biden! Oh, they only running the F&M things, the PL, right? The dictators, the controlling the media, and so yeah, that's a big problem if you're actually running and you're in charge of this. Like it's hard to escape or avoid that criticism, and it's never been that I think that blatant. So, certain jobs that you hold in the public sector, and I think even in most public, I know in Turks and Caicos as well, if you in public, you're forbidden for running. I think, and part of that is in the your legislation or contract. You can't run for these offices while you still a part of. So you have to either demit or leave some of these jobs if you're going to go that part, or wait until you decide to change careers, go into politics, and become on some jobs require you to be more neutral or impartial.
Um, I agree with you, but there have been many other broadcasters. You have Vaughn Miller who's there. You had Obi, the late Obi Wilshcombe. All of them
Yeah,
were in those positions of media. And we ain't saying nothing with them. Why y'all bothering with Clint? Clint did such a good job at Eyewitness. He still got me watching Eyewitness News because he did such a good job in setting that up like that. Now, I wish you to do the same with ZNS, but ZNS is a little different, and it's going to be hard to do that in that type of thing. And because of how ZNS is situated, like you say, it does carry influence. And you could say, hey, I want the COI to come on the show today. I want the F&M to come on today. And that could turn into a ball of confusion. I understand it, but I still feel the man have a right to go ahead. If he has MP dreams,
yeah.
let him go for it. But like you say, he gotta let go Zed Nested.
You got to pick. Yeah, how bad you want it? Yeah, you can't. Right?
Boy.
And if he's so sure of himself and he get the nomination, you have to do the honorable thing, man. You have to, step aside from because now you feel you're going to a bigger job or bigger position. Now, if you feel secure, it looks like the PLP will win again. So at least uh, you've been
Hey,
doing a
yeah,
deep job.
he can get one
You keep
position.
your job. Yeah, so it's whether you want to stay behind door number one or you want what's behind door number two.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
we can find out what happened to Clint and hope for the best for him. But let's take this commercial break and we'll be right back.
You asked and I delivered. Island Ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hearing me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the two S's, we're back with Islanish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
And we're back with today's question, George. And today's question is this. Recently, the government has now decreased VAT by 5% on certain items. I want to know, and I can let you start this off. Is this something for the people, genuinely for the people, or this a political ploy? What you say? What say ye? You got a
I
year before
I think
election now.
I I I think it's probably a bit of both, right? It's one of those killing two birds with one stone, because people are generally hurting. People are generally complaining about the cost of living and prices being ridiculous and surviving in Nassau, and it's coming up on an election year, right? And so there seems to be an easy way to reduce that burden to deal with both of those problems, to get brownie points with votes and stuff, but also to ease the burden a bit on people because, and I don't think VAT I also don't think VAT has worked as well as the government has thought or that they projected it to. Probably, particularly because a lot of people probably ain't paying it, and, and they still haven't sorted out the enforcement mechanism of VAT. A lot of people thieving VAT, right? And so I think they have a little wiggle room to play with those numbers, even if they have to raise them later or say this is it's like a stimulus, right? So without giving you money, we're gonna we're going to reduce It's easier to reduce the taxes than to say, like, during hard times, let's give everyone $1,000 or whatnot. So it's something that they can do easily. They can make happen. Probably float it, see how it run between. It's a good strategy. I think when you're trying to win a government, you play as fair as you can. But if you have an advantage, you take the advantage, and I can't fault them for doing that. One of the situations that the people actually benefit from, um, and so if it helps the people, whatever their motives are, we can't cry about that. Thank God, yeah, it's election time and you're getting little benefits.
So I can say like how I can use a term which you familiar with. He guilty with an explanation. He doing it for it happening for a good reason, but it's for a political ploy. The people still
Yep.
benefit from it, but he ain't doing it from the kindness of your heart. I see. My problem with all of this is this: Brave Davis, smart fella, smart fella, because half of these things with the F and M put on at 12%,
Hmm.
Braves gone say no more 12%. We can knock it down to 10, but we can put 10% on everything. Now you got to realize now when the 12% was there, bread basket items, all them things, VAT was on them. All the your insurance, your medication, VAT was on them. Braves come and put 10% on everything. What? Now you want to come back and say, okay, I can lessen your load a little bit, and that this the load what you give me 5%. How about that? Yay! Yay! He love us. He love us. He love us. Hold on now. Hold on. How you love me? You telling me now? You's the one who give me the bricks to make. Now you telling me I must make them without straw? What going on here now? Cause the bread basket items that I need, what I buy every day, I need VAT off of them. How
Yep.
about that? Take it off of them. Show me you really love me. Don't act like you love me. Show me you really love me. These medications for this high blood pressure, for this diabetes, for this all this other stuff what I got on Viagra and everything, I need you to take the thing I'm off of that. How about that? And then me and you could talk. Then I know
Yep.
you're doing something good for me. But don't trying to do that Donald Trump thing. See, Donald Trump is make problems and then say, okay, he ain't that problem no more. He fix it. You ain't fix it. You create the problem.
Yep.
What you talking about? You ain't fix nothing. You put the ten
Yep.
percent on the people across the board. Now you're taking 5% off, acting like, oh, I here to help the people. But you was the cause of the problem.
Yep.
So I don't think, mind you, I writing it down now. I might as well let you know. I love it. I ain't gonna lie. If I get in the house, I doing some of these things what Brave do. I might as well let you know.
You
Genius. I don't want nobody talk bad, but Brave, when it comes to
no,
politics, the man is
he's
a genius. But
he's a smart politician.
oh, George, the people them, you being a genius ain't helping the people. And I watching the PLP now. You got a year left. Boy, they fumbling some stuff. Boy, they start off good. They was running and stiff arming people with that football. They run, but now they fumbling, George. They Grand Bahama in. They tell me this the magic is back. I know what kind of hocus pocus they talking about, but some things I see getting done. The airport still look like the old airport. The hotel, the part where they scraped down, said they ain't gonna knock down, they fixed that back up. That look good. So I don't know what going on. Y'all need to tell me something. Y'all got a year left. You can't in the fourth quarter at the 2 minute warning fumble the football Brave. You gotta ease this. This almost an easy win for you, Brave. Grand Bahama, you need Grand Bahama. Do not fumble this, Brave. You're close to the goal line. You're in the red zone. Do not
What do you
be like what your boy did
think?
to the luck to Tugaloga, whatever he named from Miami. Do not be like them, for God's sake. That's that. What you say, George?
Uh, yeah, yeah. You think he could fumble at this point? At this point, he's so close to the goal line, man. Like
He in the red
I,
zone, George.
what with the only problem we had said a couple of months ago we thought he's gonna call it this year, but I think it's too late now. He run out of time to call it this
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
any slip up, if any slip up he make, fumble will be his delay in calling election because I'd already call it by now. I don't know. I'd have get all them with their pants down by now, and like you say after the celebration key open, boom.
That's what I would have do.
Because you only leaving room for error right now.
Yeah,
You. I think they're getting too cocky and uncomfortable right now. That hey, yeah, boy, we got it. Ain't a rush no more, man. We got this. Like, yeah, all the streets are saying we have this. So, but hey, there's plenty slip between cup and lip. So,
and
um,
and that's why I think he do this little 5% VAT thing to swing
well,
us, to
insurance.
make us, yeah,
Yeah,
trying to put that icing on that cake. But
yep,
you only put enough icing on it, and you only put the icing on the dry part of the cake. Yeah, that's the part with hard to eat. That's the part I
yep.
need the icing on so it can go down a little easy. You ain't doing that. And until you do that, and I tell you from, because I ain't grandmom, I can feel it. You got to come out swinging now. You can't come fumbling this ball. No, it's too close. All Pintard and Minnis got to do is make up and say, sorry. They stop arguing. They look like a full force team because COI think they got it. They confident. They cocky.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who think they got it? COI. No foolishness. Who delusional. Let's not get ridiculousness.
COI say they can take Kalani and they can take Central Grand Mama because ain't nobody else there. Iram is the best choice there. So that's what they can do. So they done got 2 seats. So far, they almost the opposition. So I know what you talking about.
I am one as a F&M. And so that's his voice problem. Ain't no F&M no more. So eh, you know, and I don't know how well or good of a job he did. He was there, but again, but so I don't think it's those candidates like the Tennyson Wells and some of them who Ingram, who decide we can run independent or he's not fully independent, but
Ain't no spoiler.
COI. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see I vote. And again, we don't know the PLP's candidate yet for that constituency, do we?
No. That's basically
So
always a F&M seat. So
yeah, but but again, um, the F&M on those shaky grounds, and Iram, that's good. If Iram takes some of their votes, you got a good PLP candidate. The PLP, I don't know, I don't know. Freeport, Grand Bahama. It's gonna be interesting to see how people vote with some things actually starting to kick in Grand Bahama. If you can get the power bills under control,
oh Lord, I haven't even want to talk with them people.
yeah, that's a whole other show.
Yeah, hell.
But yeah, yeah, the VAT, the reduction is great for the people. Um, Brave those might be gambling, but like you said, it's trying to kick him on while he's down. More good feel good news, a lot of feel good stories. They're doing things, they firing pilots quickly, they doing little things. Right?
George,
Yeah, Brave, Brave ain't look like he taking much things for granted. He going into the
George,
business.
no, he catching the low lying fruit. That's all he doing. That big mango
That's
went up
all
to
he's
the
doing.
top. He ain't want to get them big set. Them set we should just reach down, but dropping on the floor. He picking up, washing them off, and say, "Here, eat this." No, man, you done had too much of them low lying fruit. You got to go get the big ones, them up to the top. That's what we need right now. That will solidify you.
That's really why
You be able to treat
you
why.
can't reach them ones. If you can't
Go
get
get
that
one
one,
pick up. Go get
those
what
are the ones what you
we
do.
used to do when we small. Get the stick.
No, no, no. That's again that's the brilliance because now you say, boy, we ain't get them, but you can see what we're doing. We get them in the next 5 years. Give them 5 more years, we can get the iPhone.
So you trying to swing me then? That's what you trying to tell me.
Well, hey, you call it you ain't know you get swing unless you give them the 5 years.
I know I get swing because you tell me the airport, the hotel, them can be that straight. Now, once you get the airport and the hotel straight, yeah, you can have my vote. Use the man, use the best ever. No problem. But for grandmama,
Yeah,
if you ain't getting them things done, I got to look at you cross-eyed. You causing the
the
COI to have a chance.
airport is embarrassing. They really embarrassed on that one.
Anyway, George, let's hope for the best and hope they get it together. Uh, let's go with our bongi of the day.
I really want to know, why do we hate ourselves? What was wrong with this bag? My friends at Bamboo Shack gave me the bag. Let's talk about it. This bag is a fine bag. I will be wearing this bag to the gym. This bag is fine. There's also things inside this bag. Inside this bag are composition books. Do y'all know how expensive composition books are? I had to buy 9 for my daughter. Inside this bag is a pencil case. I bought this exact pencil case for my daughter. And there are supplies in there. Glue, crayons, pencils. A geometry kit is inside the bag.